All right, everybody, I'm back. I'm going to talk a little bit more about reloading, but more importantly, what do you do if you've fouled up your process? You're unsure. You know, did you get the right amount of powder in there? And I'll show you a few examples of why I'm about to do what I'm about to do. In this case, we went through the whole reloading process and the primer didn't make it in. So there's no powder in here because it would have fallen right out of the primer hole. But there's valuable lead in here, 1 ounce of lead to be specific, and that adds up over time. So I want to reclaim this. And then there's another shell. I had a binding occur on the powder side of my progressive reloader, and I know that some shells made it through the process without the appropriate amount of powder. So if there's any powder in here, I want to reclaim that because that's valuable. And then again, I have an ounce of lead in here. So we'll go through how to do that. And I've found an easy button in this cool little tool here. It's from the Lowe's guys. I don't remember, Cobalt, right? And this tool is made for cutting the new PEX hose that's used to replace the copper, right? And we've seen a lot of this in modern construction. We got the blue and the red. It looks like a plastic hose. It's actually a type of Teflon composite called PEX. And so this tool I think is like $10, and I got it as a part of another job that I had to do. You can't see it's around the corner, but I found it's very easy to cut these guys in half. And I found that a little closer to the brass than half is a good place to go, because if you remember, the wad, the middle of the wad has this space here, this like little bouncy section there, springy section, and that's where I'm aiming to cut, because I don't want to cut here and have my shot and my little BBs go everywhere, and I don't want to cut way down here, which I don't think you could because the brass is in the way, but I really want to cut right through this webbed section. And I've found that just slightly past half on the lower side helps. And then so this guy, just every time I click it, the blade gets a little closer, so it's not really hard to do at all. It's quite easy. And then what you end up with here is that web section like I showed you, but it's cut in half. And now a little bit more magic is you just take some pliers and you pull these parts out, and then inside there you'll have powder, if there's powder in this one, and we'll do it here in a second, and your shot. And you want to be prepared to collect that as time goes on. So we're going to do one more. This is the one with no hole, so I know there's no powder in there, but I still like to kind of keep my just past half there spot. And then I often do this in my lap if I've got a large quantity and I just have a box beneath, and it catches everything once it splits in half. And then again, you see we've got these nice, almost by design, to help me pull the wads out and collect what's inside there. Components, and we want to reclaim what's in there. So again, I'm just going to use my little pliers here. I'm going to grab a hold of one of those tabs that I feel like it's almost like it's designed for, and then just slowly pull out the wad, right? And then inside, and I use a little cardboard spacer. So I'm going to get that, because those actually cost like a cent a piece or something, right? We'll get that out and we'll reclaim our shot. And this is how I do it. I just kind of dump it all into my shot bag here. And then I grab the little cardboard guy, because you don't want that to get in and mess up the feed system. So that's kind of the shot side. I'll do that one more time here. Again, just grab that little tab, pull it with my pliers, it's not really hard on the shot side. On the powder side, if you've got the right wad for the shape of your shell, it will be kind of difficult to pull out, and that's okay. And so then this stuff goes in the trash. We save this guy, at least I do. And then, okay, now we got the powder side. So this is going to be interesting. This is the one with the primer installed, so there very well could be some powder in here. And as hard as it is to get right now, I definitely want to hold on to everything I got. So again, this is a little harder. And I did one earlier where pow, and then powder went everywhere, and that wasn't fun. So I've taken this new approach of using my fingers to just slowly get it started. And now that it is started, it's going to be easy. And we do, and nope, no powder. So it's okay. And now we know, right? And we won't be embarrassed when we go out to the range and try and shoot that. Or more importantly, what if I was hunting or protecting myself and that was a misload? So we'll do one more. This is the one with no primer. But while I'm on that, right? Okay. I think you got it.